Hi everyone, my name is Kianna and I'm the Program Outreach and Support Manager at Mentor Maryland, DC. I'm going to walk you through how to apply for our no-cost technical assistance through the National Mentoring Resource Center. As you can see, I'm on the Mentor Maryland, DC website. And on our website, you can see our Resources tab. Here, under this tab, you will find our Consultation and Technical Assistance. On this page, you will see more information about our consultation and technical assistance services. But today, we're going to focus in on this section right here, which is our no-cost technical assistance through the National Mentoring Resource Center. If you scroll down, you can learn more about what the process looks like. I'd encourage you to do so. But today, we'll be clicking on this link, the Technical Assistance Request, which will redirect you to another page, which is the TTA 360 website. This is where you will create a login as well as apply for technical assistance. If you've used this before or if you've applied before, you might already have a login and you can go ahead and log in here using your username and password. If this is your first time or maybe you forgot your information, you can check out this section over here to either create an account and access the dashboard or to submit a request and have the system create a login for you. I find that second option easier, so we're going to submit a request. Here, we're going to have register first, and you'll be using the information of whoever your project lead will be for this. As you can see, I pre-populated some information here, but again, this will be for whoever the lead person will be on a technical assistance project. You might be filling this out on behalf of an executive director or a different project lead, so please make sure you are putting the correct person's information in, as we will only receive one point of contact. You can include as many people as you would like once you have started and you've met with your consultant. But please make sure you're filling this out accurately so that we can make sure we're contacting the right person for approvals and the like. You'll put in their first name, their last name, the program's street address, not your personal one. So here I have our office's address, as well as the best contact information for that person at their work. So phone number and email as well. Next, we'll create some login information. So you can see I created a test username. You'll create a username here, as well as a password that you'll want to keep to log in the future. And then your organization's information. So you'll put in the organization's name, as well as what type of organization it is. You'll find something that works the best for you or that fits your organization the best. For most youth development and mentoring organizations, you will click Youth Services. You'll then put in the job title of the person who you filled out the information for above. So whoever this person is, make sure that job title matches. And if you have an OJJDP contact person, you will select them from this list. This section is optional. Some of you may not be OJJDP grantees, and if you are not, please leave this blank. And this section is pre-populated, but you will select that you are a requester. You are submitting a request. So you'll register. And once you register, you'll be taken to the application. So this will time out after 15 minutes, as it says, as you can see here. And we're just going to double check our requester information, make sure it matches up. So we'll have our organization information, our requester's name, job title, the contact information, and then lastly here, it asks if we are a current OJJDP grantee. If you are, you'll click yes. I'm going to click no for this example. This is a section that is the most important. So who is your TTA provider? If you'll remember at the beginning, I mentioned that we are providing technical assistance through the National Mentoring Resource Center. Please make sure to click NMRC, National Mentoring Resource Center, so that it'll be directed to us. Once you click that, it'll then have you click what type of technical assistance are you requesting support for. Most programs that we interact with tend to be in the planning and development area and program development within that. Feel free to look through these to see if there's any others that fit your needs, but this is what we tend to see the most. Who is your target audience for technical assistance? So who is this for? Most of the times, we find that it might be for mentoring professionals, perhaps for volunteers, youth services professionals, maybe youth. Again, find what is the best fit for your program. And what is the topic that we'll be focusing on this request? For most programs that work with us, it'll be under mentoring, and you can then select any of these options. For this example, I will be clicking on program design, but we do see often that programs select maybe they need support building a training or program management or program evaluation, whatever it may be. And now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes and do our request summary. So this section really allows us to find a best fit technical assistance provider for you that we'll be able to match you with. So here we ask that you be relatively brief, about 1 to 3 sentences. We will make sure that you meet with your technical assistance provider to create a work plan, and you'll be able to get into much more details there. So no need to put too much into this, but give us an overall overview. So here for this request summary, what type of technical assistance you're requesting. Here for this example, I am putting down that my organization needs support in drafting a logic model and overall program design. So again, I kept it rather brief, but still informative on what specifically I'm looking for. This next section on previous efforts, as you can see, is not required. There is not a red asterisk in this section. This is just to help us understand if maybe you have received technical assistance with us in the past. You can leave it blank as it is not required. This next section is also not required, goals and outcomes. So what goals are you hoping to achieve as a result of this training or technical assistance? If you do choose to fill this out, again, you can leave it rather brief. So here I'm just doing a bulleted list. My goals and outcomes are to draft a logic model, are to draft an overall program design, and to review policies and procedures. This next section on resources and consultants, as you can see, is also not required, but I would say that in order for it to be directed to us more swiftly, I would recommend putting down Mentor Maryland, DC. That way, when it's being screened, they know exactly which technical assistance provider you are looking for. If you've worked with a technical assistance provider in the past, a specific person that maybe you are hoping to work with, or perhaps someone was talking to you about technical assistance and you specifically want them to be the person on there, feel free to put their name down as well. And lastly, this next section is required. It is asking you the time frame of when you would need technical assistance. And this could be anything from ASAP to when you would need to start and when you would need to end. Please be as specific here as you can. For this example, I'm going to say that we need to start within 30 days and end by December. This really helps us understand how swiftly we need to move your request through our system. So now that I've completed this, again, I would say and this last section is uploading any documents that might support those requests. That is not required. If you think anything would be helpful, please do so. But again, the most important sections of this are the first section, the request summary. I would say please fill in the resources and consultants section as well so it gets directed directly to us, and that time frame. Once you're done completing all of those sections, you will submit this request. So here I'm clicking submit, and it's going to redirect us to this page. This page, you'll be able to check on your status of the request. Once you submit, you should receive a confirmation email. That confirmation email should come directly from OJJDP, and the subject will be TTA 360 TTA request has been successfully submitted. If you're unable to find it, please double check your spam and your junk, but it'll have information on your request, when it was submitted. The most important piece here is the request number. This is how our team keeps track of this request, so please make sure that you forward this confirmation email to a staff member, to a Mentor Maryland DC staff member. If you'd like to forward it over to me, this is my contact information, kbermudez@mentormddc.org. Please message me that. Please forward that over to me as we can keep an eye on that. This is really important to keep for your records as well. Once you complete this, it'll go through the process of being sent over to OJJDP, who will screen it, then the National Mentoring Resource Center, and then hopefully over to us, and we'll match you with a technical assistance provider.